Day 493 of doing a LeetCode problem every day until I get a job. All right, y'all, we're back again. Another day, another LeetCode problem where we're doing daily LeetCode problems. And today we have question number 1317. Convert integer to the sum of two no-zero integers. The difficulty level is easy, so you already know we're going to keep the solution as simple and easy to understand as well. But before we get started, y'all, don't forget to like, hype, comment, subscribe, and share. And if you need any new Apple AirPods, go ahead and check out that link in the description so you can get you some. Now let's see what the question says. No zero integer is a positive integer that does not contain any zero in its decimal representation. Given an integer n, return a list of two integers a and b where a and b are no zero integers. A plus b equals n. The test cases are generated so that there is at least one valid solution. If there are many valid solutions, you can return any of them. All right, y'all, so that sounds simple enough, but let's go ahead and take a look at these examples anyway, just to make sure that we are doing this problem correctly. So in example 1, we have our input n equals 2, our output is 1 and 1. Explanation says let a equal 1 and b equal 1. Both a and b are non-zero integers, and a plus b equals 2, which is equal to n. So just to break this down one step further, we just want two integers a and b that when we add them together, they equal n. Neither one of these integers can contain a zero, such as 10 or 20 or 30. They're not allowed to have a zero, but 1 and 1 is fine. So let's take a look at example 2. So in example 2, we have our input n equals 11. This time our output is 2 and 9. The explanation says let a equal 2 and let b equal 9. Both a and b are non-zero integers, and a plus b equals 11, which equals n. It says note that there are other valid answers such as 8 and 3 that can be accepted. So once again, we just want to find two integers a and b so that when we add them together, they equal n, right? So in this case, 2 plus 9 equals 11. So that's why we could return 2 and 9. We also could return 8 and 3 because 8 and 3 also equals 11. 7 and 4, 6 and 5, all the same thing. So now that we understand the question, y'all, let's get into the fun part, the actual solution. Solution is not that difficult, so let's get into it. Now, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to create a variable that will store the first integer. So we could just declare that variable right here, and we could just call it a, and we'll set that equal to 0. Now, b is always defined as the complement of a, so a plus b is going to equal n. So we're going to declare b by saying var b, we're going to say colon, it's going to be an integer. Then we're going to open up the brackets, and we are going to say return n minus a. Boom. Now we're going to keep looping until we find a valid pair. So we're going to come underneath this, and we are going to say while true, we're going to open up the brackets, and we are going to pick a random number between 1 and n. So we're going to say let draw equal int dot random, open up the parentheses, n colon 1 dot 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 n. Boom. Now we're going to check if draw contains the digit 0. So we're going to come underneath this, and we're going to say if string, open up the parentheses, draw, come outside the parentheses, dot contains, open up the brackets, $0 equals, open up the quotation marks, 0. Then we're going to come outside these brackets, we're going to open up some more brackets, and we're going to, if it has a 0, then we're going to skip this number and continue the loop. So we're just going to say continue. So if this is true, then we're just going to skip it and say continue. Then we're going to come right here, we're going to say else. So if it doesn't contain a 0, we're going to set a to this value. So we're going to say a equals draw. Boom. Then we're going to check if the corresponding b contains the digit 0. So we're going to say if string, string, open up the parentheses, b, come outside of that, dot contains, open up the brackets, $0, once again, equal sign, open up the quotation mark, 0, come outside of that, open up the brackets, then we're going to continue once again. Now this continue is for b, remember this is for b. So we're going to skip that if B contains a 0 because neither A nor B can contain a 0. Then we'll come right here and we'll say else. We're going to open up the brackets. And if both A and B are valid, meaning they have no zeros, then we can return them. So we'll just return, say return, open up the square brackets A, comma, B. Boom. Then we'll just come right here and return a blank array just in case. So we'll come all the way down here and we'll just say return a blank array. This return is never really actually reached because of the infinite loop that we did above, but it's required by the compiler to satisfy the return rule. So we're just going to return a blank array like this. Boom. So now let's run it. Make sure it runs properly before we submit it. All right, y'all. So it's accepted. So let's submit it. Let's see. And at 0 milliseconds beats 100% of users, y'all. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I like to see. So with that being said, y'all, make sure you get one more look at the code. This is the top part. This is the bottom part. And yeah, y'all, with that being said, I hope y'all learned something today. And I hope to see y'all here tomorrow for another day, another LeetCode problem. See y'all then.